What's up, guys? Happy Friday. I think summer is now here, being hotter than hell. I want to go someplace where it's cooler. I'm tired of sweating my ass off. Anyways, we're looking at the madness of modern dating. Let's get into it.
I was just thinking about how when I found out my ex was cheating on me, he was like, "You don't trust me? Go through my phone." And I was like, "Okay, I will." And so I went through his phone, saw everything. And then I went through his Instagram and all of his DMs and stuff for just like the extra confirmation that he was cheating on me. And he was, but also he had been DMing all of these girls constantly. And I was like, dude, what the like, I was so embarrassed, and I was like, how many girls can you DM? And he was like, well, if it makes you feel any better, like, they don't even respond. And I'm like, that's worse. That's so much worse. Like, you're trying to cheat on me, and you're failing because no other female wants you. That is so much worse.
The classic cheating expose, but let's flip this. This isn't about her boyfriend DMing women who don't respond. I mean, it is pathetic, I agree, and kind of fucked up as well, but it's about why he's doing it. Modern dating markets are oversaturated with attention seeking women fueled by Instagram validation, and men are competing for scraps. He's desperate because he's conditioned to beg for female attention, and social media has turned men into simps. So, ladies, you want a high value man? Maybe stop chasing clout and take accountability. And guys, stop DMing hundreds of women. Focus on yourself and not these superficial games.
I don't know about the rest of my single folk, but every day single, I become less and less interested in the idea of a relationship or marriage. I've had my fair share of relationships. Some were okay, some were terrible. I genuinely just feel like there's nobody out there that I am compatible enough with to settle down. Maybe that's selfish of me, but I honestly don't care. I feel like so much of my life is centered around taking care of other people and not taking care of myself. When I think about my dreams for the future, it used to involve getting married, but I don't know if that's something I want anymore. I used to think being alone meant that I had to give in to the feeling of loneliness. And while I do feel that way sometimes, it's actually very freeing to be able to do what you want without having to answer to anybody. Maybe I'll change my mind eventually. I don't know.
Oh, hell no!
I mean, there's some honesty there. She's tired of taking care of others, which really translates to relationships are too hard because I'm selfish. And that's fine, but spare the theatrics. Modern women love freedom until they hit 35 and then panic. Relationships require compromise and not endless self-absorption.
There was this guy that I was talking to every single day religiously for like 2 months. This was like 2 months ago. All of a sudden, he's gone. He went ghost. I'm like, what happened? Where'd you go? So I was gonna double text him and be like, hello. But then I was like, no, I cannot double text. That's illegal. The NYPD will be at my door. Double texting is literally in the 10 Commandments. Like, you don't do that. I was like, okay, I need to think on my feet here. I gotta remind him I exist. So I'm like, duh. I'll go in the mirror, take a fire picture of myself and post it on my story on the gram. And that will remind him who he forgot. So what do? I work overtime. I should have got paid for the hours that I put to get that selfie. Not actually hours, but like minutes or like hours, okay? Post the selfie. And he texts me. So it worked. The plan worked. But when he texted me, I was like, wait a minute. I don't even want this man. Well, I just worked so hard. Put in the sweat, tears, everything. For a man that I don't even want, because I don't want a man that sees a hot picture of me and is like, oh, I should probably text her now. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what my future husband's gonna be like to me. So I just want to make this video because I can't be the only girl that ever came up with this strategic plan. And I just want to remind you, you don't want him. Don't put in that work. You don't want him like you think you do.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
So she's posted thirst trap to remind some ghosting loser she exists, only to realize she doesn't want him. Sounds more like she was seeking validation. And this is modern feminism. You raise an entire generation of women who crave attention but hate commitment. If you're working harder on your selfies than your character, the problem isn't men, it's you. So guys, don't fall for these tricks. If she only wants you after her to give her validation, walk away. Focus on your goals. Don't waste your energy on women who treat relationships like games.
Okay, so I'm actually going to be going to a singles mixer. I'm actually really scared. I've never done this before, but I wanted to try something different for dating purposes because I'm totally done with the apps right now. I don't know if I'll ever get back, but the apps are not apping right now. I don't know what happened. They were good last year before I got into my relationship, but no one is talking. It's not fun. So what I'm trying to do is put myself out there more. I'm trying to go on more solo dates and be in places with possibilities of meeting new people and seeing where that happens. What happens with that, basically. So I'm hoping to meet people in the wild, and this is going to be one of my methods. I will let you know how I do tonight. I'm scared. Wish me luck. Hey, everybody. So I'm actually back from the singles mixer, and it was quite an experience. So first off, met a lot of amazing women. I befriended so many women, but when I got there, the women had to come in first at 6:30. We got a free drink if we got this weird dating app that was affiliated with this company. But we were talking to each other and the men came in at 7. It started getting really crowded at like 7:30-ish, and it was getting really hot because the space was really tight. I ended up having like a couple conversations with a few of the guys. I think like 2 standout conversations, but like nothing ever followed from it. Like they were long, in-depth convos. A lot of women kind of felt the same, where the men were not really pursuing the women. Like the women had to go up to the men and talk to them. The men were like really scared, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's the new phase of dating or pursuing. I did speak to a couple of women who actually went to some other events. So this was more of an event for 30 and 40-year-olds, like 30s to 40s crowd. So they went to some of the other ones and they were younger. They were more like geared towards like 20-something-year-olds. So that was something that was really frustrating for them. But at one point, like the black girls kind of just hung out with each other. And I would say in terms of diversity, it was okay diversity-wise, but there were like 3 black men that attended this event. One spoke to the white women the entire time. And then I guess the other ones were not really dispersing themselves. A lot of the men talked amongst themselves. Like, so men were just talking to other men. It was kind of weird. This one person I was talking to, we had a long, pretty good conversation. And then, you know, he left to go to the bathroom. I gave him directions on how to get to the bathroom because it was kind of weird. He asked me where it was, and I told him, like, you have to get the key, the hotel key card to get in. And then, you know, I'm talking amongst the other women that I hung out with. And I guess in the midst of him, like, trying to go to the bathroom, he comes back, and I'm like, why is he coming back? And he asks me for directions on how to get to the bathroom, and I'm like, what? So, like, I don't know. It's just so weird. It was an experience. I may do another one later. I did see somebody else that I met through Bumble BFF as like another woman who I met through Bumble BFF. And I don't think she recognized me, but I know she has my yoga mat because we went to this like yoga event. So it was kind of weird. We were like introducing ourselves and I'm like, I know that's her, but like, should I say something? And I'm like, I don't know if she thinks she knows it's me too, but I don't know. Weird vibes. And then leaving, me and this other girl were bonding, and she was just telling me how, like, she was so frustrated with this event. And, like, why aren't these men taking initiative? Like, she just, like, was just saying everything that I was thinking. And I was just like, amen. And we exchanged numbers. So, if anything, I met a whole bunch of awesome women. The only numbers that I got, or at least numbers I exchanged with, and Instagram accounts I exchanged with other women. So, there was a good ratio of men. The only issue I had was, like, I did hear that, you know, the men, one guy I was talking to, he said, yeah, I actually got invited to this event through Bumble, but like all the women had to pay and we paid full price and the tickets sold out immediately for the women. They struggled to get the men to come. So what they did is, I'm assuming they would go on Bumble or dating apps to ask men if they'd want to come and they'd give them tickets for free. At least that's what I understood. So that's my recap.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Single mixers where men come for free, women pay, and nobody leaves happy. Anyone shocked? Women complain about men not taking initiative, but feminism has neutered male confidence. Why approach women when rejection is weaponized and coarse punishment post-divorce? Men are talking amongst themselves because they're waking up and they're done chasing. Look, ladies, you ask for equality, but want men to do all the work. So pick a lane. And guys, don't bother with these rigged events. If dating feels like a job interview, you're better off focusing on your passport and meeting a woman in traditional countries who value family.
I'm trying so hard to get a singles event for Farm World 2025. I have messaged Lada Park. I have messaged my friend who was like a sponsor to be like, hey, there is a video of 50,000 views that single girls want to meet single dudes. Can we do an event? Radio silence. So I am trying. So if you know any farming companies, if you know any, I don't know, lawnmower people, fucking tag them, because we want a singles event. My husband and I met in unconventional circumstances, and I would love to give that gift to somebody else, and it would be so much fun, because online dating, no, it's gross. We need to do back to real life, face to face. Let's do it. Tag away.
No, thank you. I prefer to die giving you the finger.
So a singles event for farmers? Don't they have an app for that, like Farmers Only or some shit like that? I mean, I guess that's what modern women are clamming for. Hardworking traditional men don't complain about when it's time to split firewood. Her husband met her under unconventional circumstances, as she puts it, but she's pushing others into conventional misery. So understand this: online dating and singles events are stacked against you. Women won't respect you if they don't work to earn your attention. Get out of these dystopian dating markets and build a life of real value on your terms. Well, guys, as always, modern dating is a dumpster fire of entitlement, social media induced narcissism, and unfair family laws. So, guys, stop playing a rigged game. Build yourself up, prioritize your goals, and explore options in traditional cultures. Feminism, courts, and corporations have destroyed family values, but you don't have to be their pawn. So, go your own way, get your passport, and invest in you. Relationships should enhance your life and not destroy it. Well, guys, that's the end of the video here today. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop me a comment down below what you think, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.